Hello everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to my live. Thank you for joining me. My name is Laura Rodrick. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Antonio, Texas. I am Sunshine and Sparkle Stamping. I really appreciate you being here with me, either live or on the replay. I try and go live just about every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Time on my Facebook page. And then when I'm finished with the Facebook Live and it's over, then I post it to my Facebook business page, and then I also post it to YouTube. All right, I hope everyone's doing good. It's dark. I'm sure it's dark by y'all too. Hard to get used to that darkness already, right? But it was a beautiful day. We're still summer here in San Antonio. It was nice over the weekend. It was like 88 on Sunday, went swimming in the pool. Today it was about 80 driving home from work, so just perfect weather. Love it, can't complain, but hard to get in the Christmas mode, and Christmas is coming. Thanksgiving is, I don't know, almost 2 weeks away, a little bit more, and then Christmas will follow close behind that. So it's time to make some Christmas cards. So I'm excited to share with you tonight some reindeer Christmas cards. I have a little reindeer shirt on. I don't know if you can see. Yes, it's 80 degrees and I put on a Christmas shirt. Hi, Renee. I was like, do I have a Christmas shirt? And then I looked in my closet and yep, I had a reindeer Christmas shirt. So anyway, it should be fun tonight. So let me turn down my camera and we'll get started on everything. All right. Oops, hold on. All right. Thank you, Lisa. Hello. How are you doing today? All right, we'll see how this goes. Okay, looks pretty good, I think. All right, so I was gone last week. I feel like I've been gone a lot this year. I've been going to Chicago a lot, doing a lot of traveling. I was away for business, but I was fortunate enough while I was away for business to visit my kids and grandkids, and so I went trick-or-treating on Halloween. Let me show you a little picture. I don't know if you guys can see this. We all dressed up as flamingos, so that was kind of fun. We went trick-or-treating. And then Easton's birthday, his very first birthday, was that Saturday, and so I did the half a day of our conference and then went to his birthday party and spent Sunday with them and then came home late Sunday night. So it's been crazy, but it's been fun. So I'm happy to be back stamping. I'm feeling the pressure of needing to get these Christmas cards done, right? All right, so let me just tell y'all before I show you the projects we're doing tonight, there is a seasonal sale, and this starts tomorrow, right, on Wednesday, November 13th, right? Today's the 12th, Tuesday the 12th, so the 13th through the 15th. They're having a seasonal sale, up to 20% on paper, bundles, ink from the annual catalog. This is only annual catalog. So designer series paper, 10% off cardstock, 10% off ink. It says 20% off bundles. Now what they mean by that is usually if you buy the bundle, it's 10% off. So it's an additional 10% for a total of 20% off. So that's how that works. And you know, if you're a demonstrator, you get that discount on top of your demonstrator discount, which is even more fun. Okay. Working out of the mini catalog, many of you may have already seen the suite. This is the Reindeer Days Suite. Here's some of the projects that Stampin' Up! Has in the catalog. This is on page 26 of the mini catalog. So many possibilities with this. Lots of really cute projects out there. I had fun working with it. I couldn't wait to work with this suite. And I've done a little bit with it in the past, so really fun. Really, really fun. Love the little reindeer. So this is what we're going to make tonight. So I have this card right here. May all your days be full of cheer. Merry Christmas. And then I have this one, Christmas is Better Together. So we have this one. And then this one, does this look familiar to anybody? That's because when we did our calendar class a while back, we used the same design for the December calendar. So I thought, why not repeat it? I like the design. Let's just turn it into a card, make it easy for everyone. So this is our card for here. And then there's these new little gift bags in the online exclusives. And these came out with the Valentine's Day suite, I believe. So we're going to make a cute little gift bag. And I have a little treat to show you that goes along with that too. So that's super fun. If you get the kit, I'm going to include this week, you know, if you place your order of $40 more at my Stampin' Up website, by Saturday, you can receive the make and takes to make all 4 of these projects free. I'm also going to include the candy, which I'll show you in a little bit. That's really fun candy, so I'll include that. And I thought also I would throw in, I found these really fun reindeer pens. And I got these on Amazon. Aren't these cute? And they're sparkly. So they have silver, it's almost a gunmetal silver, gold, and copper. So if you order the kit this week, I'll give you a little reindeer pen in it too, because I think it's just fun. And it's Christmas, so let's just start doing some fun gifting stuff, right? Okay, now I did not talk about the, every week I like to do a share or a comment contest, so I haven't talked about that yet. I kind of skipped over that part. So when I was here 2 weeks ago live, I was going to give away a set of these beautiful faux glass dots. These are very, very pretty. And the winner of the comment contest was Michelle Tro. So Michelle, if you could just send me your address, either email me at sunshineandsparklesstamping@gmail.com or message me on Facebook and just let me know your address and I'll put these in the mail for you. I thought this week we would give away a Wink of Stella because, again, we need to make everything sparkle, right, for Christmas. So all you have to do is comment in one of my Facebook pages or the YouTube video. Just make a comment. You'll be entered into the contest, and maybe you can win a Wink of Stella. All right, let's get started on our projects. Let me organize a little bit here. I always feel, when I haven't been on like the week before, I always feel a little out of sync, right? Do I remember how to do this? Maybe. We'll see. All right, Reindeer Fun. Here is the stamp set. Really, I love this little font. Of course, I say that about every font, right? But I really do love this font. And then, of course, these cute little reindeer that you can stamp. These jingle bells, lots of little fun things, little snowflakes, the Christmas tree. We're going to use several of these things tonight in our cards. The reindeer dies could not be more fun. I mean, really. So you've got some dies that cut out either the stamped images, both of the stamped images that are in the stamp set, or some of the DSP. You can just die cut the reindeer from there. And then, of course, we have this cute little reindeer, which is a 3-part to make our cute little reindeer head. The string of lights. I mean, who doesn't love a string of lights at Christmas? So we're going to use that. This little pine foliage here that we're going to use. And this wreath, little Christmas tree, all kinds of things. I didn't use the presents. I could have used the presents. The jingle bells, we'll use those. So lots of fun dies. If you guys want to stay with me to the end of the video, I have 2 more additional cards I'm going to show you at the end because I just couldn't stop making cards with this kit. So I have 2 bonus cards this week too that I'll just show you, and you can also, if you place the order, or, I'm sorry, if you're on my email list, you'll get the directions for the 2 extra cards as well. Okay. Let's get started. Oh, I'm also using for the first card this, I cannot get enough of this either. This is the Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder, and I just love it. I want to put snowflake background on absolutely everything. So yeah, I used it again. Okay, all right, here's our pieces for the first card. So I really like these trees, and I wanted to use the trees. So I did just this little card here. So I'm just starting with a flat card base, and this is 5.5 by 4 1/4. This is garden green. So this is going to be the backdrop of our card. Now we've done this fold before, and you can do it in many different ways. You can cut it as one piece, lots of things. I just do it this way, kind of the cheaty way. So I'm just going to put this right on here. It's just a little bit short on both sides, and that's kind of the way I like it, but you can do it any way you like. So we're going to have this piece right here. And so this is 3 inches by 8 by 3, and it's scored at 4. So we're just going to have this little flap of our card here. So the first thing I'm going to do is start by gluing this down, because this is going to kind of help me center things. And then I can put my strips on the side. Or do I want to put my strips first? Let me put my strips first. You could do it either way, but if I put my strips first, then I'll be able to center. So I just used that lovely DSP. And let me just show you guys this DSP if you haven't seen it. This is really awesome. Look at these cute little reindeer. So you can see, I'm just going to show you the front and back of all of these. So this comes in 12 by 12 sheets. Look at that. Is that just, these are just precious, aren't they? And fun patterns on the back of these, right? So here's some more deer. We're going to use this one that we're going to use the die cut for, to die cut this pretty little deer out. Presents on the back of that one. This one also adorable. I almost used this one. I started by cutting out this right here, and I almost used that one. I don't know if I saved it, but then it was a little busy and I just didn't do it. We have this with the holly leaves. Cute. Love these cute little trees. Look at these guys on skates and sleds. Isn't that hilarious? I love it. So very cute. And then jingle bells. Who doesn't need jingle bells for Christmas, right? Okay. I got sidetracked. Back to the card making. All right. Hi, Kelly. Okay. Let's see how to do this. So I have these two little strips of the DSP that I just showed you. We're using little Christmas trees. So I'm just going to put these on evenly spaced from the edges. Okay. And so these are 4 inches by 1 inch. So I'm just going to kind of line them up so they're even on the edges, like right here. So we've got one there, and we'll put one over here. Okay. Now that'll kind of guide me as to where I can put this little card on. So I'm just going to add some adhesive to this. And I cut this a little bit short. You could make it, if you wanted to do 8.5, then it could be scored at 4 1/4. It could be a little bit longer, so it goes edge to edge. But I just kind of wanted it to be even right with these lines right here. So that's kind of what I did. All right, so I'm just going to line this up so it's even here and at the bottom, and just like this. Okay, so now we have our card opens like this. So next, I've taken 2 pieces of basic white. They are both the same size. These are 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. So this one is going to go on the inside. And then this one I ran through that embossing folder that I just showed you with the beautiful snowflakes. Can you guys see that? I know it's really hard to see, but so pretty. So that's going to be our backdrop right here. So we can go ahead and put that down. I'm going to add some extra adhesive because it's embossed. I want to make sure it sticks really well. All right, I've got green on green, so I want to be able to see it to kind of get it centered. Okay, there we go for that. So on the inside, we're going to stamp on this before we put it down. We've got a Merry Christmas in real red and that cute little Christmas tree. So let's do that. Let's do the stamping first because it's easy. All right, so for our sentiment. Now, if you take a look, I did Merry Christmas, but the die is actually like this, right? So we have to do it in 2 different pieces. So I'm going to make sure, hold on, mini avalanche. Let me make sure that my stamp is really clean. And I'm just going to ink up the first half, just the Merry. And I'm going to put it right here. Let me pull this down a little so I can see how I'm lining up. Oh, see? Not cool. Glad I didn't glue it down yet. Let's try that again. All right, I hope we don't have to do this like 6 times. Okay, Merry. Now I'm going to clean it again. And then we'll do the Christmas part. That way you can make it fit just the way you would like it to fit. Okay, Merry Christmas. And we'll take the little tree and we'll do that in garden green. This is real red, if I didn't say that. So this little green tree already has a star on top, and I'm just leaving it green. But you could do a little cutout star on top of it if you don't like it to stay green. I decided I was fine with it staying green. Okay, we're actually going to need another one of those that we're going to die cut out. So let me put this on the inside. This is just an easy little card, and you could easily make a bunch of these if you wanted that to be one of your Christmas cards. So you'll get another scrap of the basic white in your card kit if you order one. And that's just going to be for our tree. We're just going to stamp that again. And then take your die and die cut that out. Okay. So here's what we have once it's die cut. So that's going to go right over there. All right, now we have 2 pieces left. This was cut from the DSP. So we're also going to get, let me get some of the dies out so I can show you. So here's the one we used for the tree right here to cut out the tree. All right. And then we're going to use this kind of jumping reindeer. You can see on the DSP how this lines up and fits perfectly, and then just run it through your die cutting machine to cut out the cute little reindeer. So now we have that. Isn't she pretty? She's got a little something, a little holly on her collar. So that's beautiful. Uh-oh. I hope I remember later that I dropped a die. Otherwise, I'll be sorry and missing it if I don't remember to look for it before it gets vacuumed. Okay, so last piece, we have this piece of real red. And the piece of real red is 4 inches by 1 inch. And we're going to do some heat embossing on that. So let's get out Versamark. May all your days be full of cheer. And that really cute font again. So we're going to ink it up. You know, if I remember, I like to use the embossing buddy because it's a darker color, and I feel like it really shows up more if some of that extra powder doesn't brush off, right? So let's see if we can get this straight now. Looks good. Let's get our white embossed powder out. Another one of our tools. Let's get the rest of our tools out because we might need them. Hold on, one fell behind. Now I really should get out the last little piece of the kit, which is this piece. Let's see if I can keep my work surface clean tonight. That'd be a first, right? But when I use this tray, I find that it just makes me be messier because I can, and I don't have to be careful. Anyway, there we go. That looks good. And you can see all this extra, I can just scoop back in here. And there's actually a little thing that comes off, so it funnels it right in, right? But, okay, let's heat emboss that. Let me just get my brush and make sure. See, it didn't even help. I still got my work surface messy. I have like one little tiny speck right there. I don't know. Should I go for it or just leave it? We're just going to leave it because I'll mess it up. Ooh. Renee says she has a magnetic extension wand at her desk. The type mechanics use for drop screws. It comes in handy when you drop a die. I never thought of that. That is such a good tip. I need to get myself one. So Lisa, yeah, I tried to color the star with the Stampin' Up marker. I tried to use the Daffodil Delight. I just didn't do a good job of it. So first I tried that, and then I went back and I said, okay, it's fine, just green. I should probably give that another shot. Or use a different color. Maybe I could have used like a silver, so I could have used the Smoky Slate. All right, you can see how it's starting to turn now. Starting to melt. Okay. Okay, now you can do this a couple of ways too. We just want to flag it. You can either do it with scissors, or if you have the retired punch, you can use that, and that's what I'm going to do because I am not that talented with scissors. Although apparently I don't know how to use a punch either. Hold on. It just barely fits in here because it's 1 inch. But I feel like I can always count on this punch to get me a pretty good looking flag. Okay, there we go. Oh, Renee says have the deer jump over the tree and cover the star. We could definitely do that, right? Boop, all gone. All right, so I think I'm gonna kind of put it right about here. So I'm just gonna use a little seal to put my tree down. I don't mind the green star. I think it's okay. All right, let's pop these guys up. Let's find some dimensionals. All right, I did actually start Christmas shopping. I was kind of proud of myself. I went after work last Friday, did a little bit. I feel like it's time for me to start getting serious about this. Let's get some minis too. One of the nice things too about doing the lives is I end up with 2 of every card. So then I start accumulating my Christmas cards. So by the time I'm done with all my Christmas lives, I usually have enough cards. Okay, let me just put this little guy down, or girl. Thanksgiving is coming up so fast. So we already pulled out all our bins. We're ready to decorate for Christmas. I just can't believe it's coming so fast. So the trees, the 2 big trees are up, but they're not decorated yet. So we don't have Thanksgiving. We're going to Chicago for Thanksgiving again. So it's okay for us to decorate, I feel like, now. Although when we're at my daughter's, she has all her fall stuff up now, and she will not decorate until the day after Thanksgiving. She's very strict on that rule. I used to be that way too when I was doing Thanksgiving. I didn't put Christmas up if I was hosting Thanksgiving. Not that there's anything wrong with it, because I think it's fun to see a Christmas tree. I think my tree is too low, but let me move it up just a little bit. Okay. All right, now let's just add some of those really fun snowflakes. These are something else that I feel like I just want to use on everything. So yeah, going back to the star, I did check. I was like kind of looking through the catalog. I'm like, okay, which die sets have little stars? And there's several in them, so you can always just die cut a little star too if you wanted to. So let's get some of these snowflakes on. You can barely see these, you know, because it's white on white, but you can see them. So I just think they add a little something extra, which is fun. So I'm just going to put 3 of them on there, and then dump the rest of them all over. Hold on. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. All right, so that's it. Card number 1. Nice and easy, right? There we go. 2 more cards for Christmas. Okay, let's do the next one. Let's see, which one should we do next? I think we'll do this one next. This one will take just an extra minute because, you know, there's a lot of pieces to this, but I think it's a cute card. I love that little reindeer. He's just so cute. All right, so what we're adding, I use a lot of stuff sometimes, but if you guys get the kit, like anything that's not in the Reindeer Days bundle, like I'll do the embossing for you. I'll do die cutting of the labels. So you have everything you need without having to have a whole bunch of everything, right? So these Peaceful Season dies are really awesome. I really like them. They go with the Peaceful Season stamp set, and I think this is a great, I really love this stamp set. Because it has pretty fonts, but it's got inside like sentiments that you can put on the inside of the card. And I really like to have that, especially at Christmas. So we're going to use this die right here for this. The sentiment we're going to use though is going to be the same Merry Christmas that we just used, except we're going to do it in Garden Green. All right. And then Stylish Shapes dies, we're going to do that for the circles. I'll show you that in a minute. So here's the pieces. All right, let me move my chair up because I'm sitting crisscross applesauce, as they say. Okay, so I don't know what happened to my piece of Granny Apple, but we're going to cover most of it anyway, so I'm just going to continue to use it. So this is 4 1/4 by 11, so it's just a piece of cardstock cut in half, and then it's scored at 5 1/2. This is Granny Apple. This is going to be our card base. So on the inside, we're going to layer up a couple things. We have 5 1/4 by 4 of Real Red. I have 2 pieces of that, one for the inside, one for the outside. So we're going to have one here, one on the inside. And then the next size down, which is the basic white, this is 5 by 3 3/4. So that's going to be in the inside, and 3 3/4 by 3/4 of the DSP. So this DSP is the other one that I love, love, love for Christmas, and it's the Take a Bow DSP. So it has all these really fun little patterns in the traditional Christmas colors. So I really like this set too. I've used that a ton. I bought several packets of that one. So we're going to use, you know, as we're doing our layers, I told you the measurements for this one, and here's the one we're going to use on the front. And let me see what the size is for this one. This is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. So we're just going to get a skinny red border here. Okay. So let's just start doing some layers. I'm going to put this one down first, but then I'm not going to attach it to my card because we're going to do a little something with the ribbon. Okay. So let's do our skinny border of Real Red here. Whoops. Okay, we're not going to attach it yet, so let me put my piece of Granny Apple over there. So now we've got, this is what we're going to kind of build our card on. On the inside, we're going to use Thinking of You with Warm Feelings and a Wish for All the Merriest. So let's finish off the inside. So I'm going to do that in Garden Green. Here is the stamp for that. How's everybody doing on making their Christmas cards? Renee, are you done already? Because I feel like you always do early, don't you? Okay, let's then add our piece on the bottom. All right, put that on the inside, then we'll have our inside finished. I don't know why I always like to do the inside first. That's not how I do, whoops. That's not how I do it when I make the cards the first time. I always do the inside last, but maybe because the inside is always easier and we can just get it out of the way, get it going, and have part of it finished, right? Okay, so that looks pretty good. All right, let's start building on here. So what are we going to need? So we're using the Stylish Shapes dies. I use the biggest and the second biggest circles. And I just placed this on some Real Red. And this is going to do our circle, right? So this is our outline circle that we're going to have. So that's all I did. I ran it through my die cutting machine. If you get the kit, I'm going to have already die cut this for you. Then also the biggest circle, I also cut Real Red. And then I ran it through the embossing folder. That will be done for you as well if you get the kit. So this is going to kind of be the background. Then we want to use some of that kind of fern looking. Let me show you the die for that. Going back to this set, this one right here. And there's different things you can do with this one too. But what I chose to do, I don't know, kind of weird, right? So I just took this scrap of green, and I think this garden green is 3.5 by 3.5, and it just barely fits on here, but it does. And then I just die cut it, right? And so what you're gonna get, it's gonna look like this now, okay? And I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, or you could just do it on a circle or whatever you want to do. But I chose to do things the hard way, so that's what we're doing. So let me get out a silicone mat because I'm going to do some gluing. So basically what I'm going to do is just put some glue around here. And let's see, I'm going to try using some seal. I could use regular glue, the liquid glue, or I could use seal. Probably the liquid glue, I wouldn't get like the residue around the edges, but I'm just gonna do the whole thing. And not all of it's, I'm using this mat because when you line it up, some of it's not going to attach to the green at all, right? So I kind of want it on the edge, like right around here. So I'm just going to glue it down just like this, okay? All right. Now I'm just going to trim the rest off, and you can see I still have the sticky part here. This didn't get attached to anything. All right. So let me get a pair of scissors, and I'm just going to go around and trim off the rest. And then I've got the little fern sticking on the inside of the circle, which I just like that look. Again, I know there's probably a million other ways you can do it. Getting my scissors all sticky from that seal, but it's okay. I've got some glue gone. I can fix them later. All right, and I just like the way this looks. So there we go, just like that. All right. Now we want to attach it to the piece that we've already die cut. And it doesn't really matter which way the snowflakes are, but I like it like that. So now I'm actually going to add some more glue, mixing my glue up to some of these little pieces here and the areas that no longer have adhesive. And then I'm just going to attach it to the white background. All right, so now we've got a little background, and these are the same size, so I want to be careful to line them up, right? So there's not white really showing on the edge. Let me move that a little bit. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Let me get it down. Okay, there we go. Now we've got our circle, and we'll just put, it's a little frame for the background for our cute little reindeer. Okay. All right, next let's make some reindeer. So we have like these, I think these are 2x2 little pieces of cardstock. So I have early espresso. This is a little bit long. This is 2.5 by 2. 2x2 pecan pie. Early espresso, pecan pie. Can you tell my fingers are sticky? Kind of reminds me of Christmas Vacation. Okay, basic beige 2x2. I've got a smaller piece. I think this is 1.5 by 1.5 or 1 by 1 of silver foil cardstock, and then Granny Apple Green. Going back to the dies, this part with the antlers is going to be our early espresso. The next layer is going to be kind of the background. So this almost looks like a little rabbit, or I've heard it called Pikachu before, right? And this is going to be the outer layer, so I'm going to do that in pecan pie. So we're going to die cut those. We're going to take the wreath and die cut a wreath in the Granny Apple, and then we're going to do the bells in the silver foil. Okay, so let's pull out all our pieces because I've already die cut them ahead of time. So this, we're going to put our cute little deer together. We have a wreath, and I'm just using, this cuts out 2 bells. I'm just using the bigger one. All right. Put these all back so they don't get lost, along with my other one that might already be lost. Okay, so those are all cut out. Let's start by putting our little reindeer together. Let me pull my mat out again for this. So we're just going to do it in layers. I'm just going to use some liquid glue. Let me get my little tweezers here. And we'll just line this up edge to edge. And I can move it around because of my liquid glue. Pick it up to see how I did up close. Terrible. Okay, wait, I think we're getting it. Okay, I think that's in a pretty good spot right now. Now let's do our last layer. And I love the way they designed this because the little like glimmer in the eye shows through, which is really a good detail. Let me move this closer, my glue. Okay, again, edge to edge. Ish. Whoa. Still able to move it around before it dries. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Look how cute. See the little glimmer in the eyes? Isn't that smart the way they did that? And you can, there's multiple colors you could do your deer into. Those are just the ones that I picked. Okay, so let's layer up. This is just going to go down with some seal adhesive or whatever you like to use. And I'm going to put it near the top like this. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of glue at the bottom of the deer and the top back here on the back part so we can put him into our wreath. Right, okay. Let's put some dimensionals so we can pop the deer up. Let me add a couple to kind of hold the wreath in place even though it's glued. Let's put one here. All right, right at the bottom, right about here. Okay, I'm going to use a little dimensional just to pop this up. This is the silver bell. Let me get a mini. Or we could just cut down a regular one, but a mini fits perfectly right here. And we'll kind of have that hanging down right about here. I'm kind of putting it a little bit lower because I want just like the white part to show through the bell and not the green necessarily. And that way we leave enough room for our bow as well. Okay, let's stamp our Merry Christmas. So I have that die that I showed you in real red. And then I have this very, very skinny piece of white cardstock. And this is a 1/2 inch by 2 3/4 inches. So this is barely going to fit. Let me make sure, because I think we used the red on this, that this is clean. Okay. I cut extra in case we need more tries. We'll see. Okay. Just use a little seal to put that down. And we'll kind of center this. Don't you love the detail on this? It's so pretty, this this little label die. And you can put a little bit of ribbon through it, which is what we're gonna do. Move this a little bit over here. But I just think it's really, really pretty. So let's get out some silver, another one of my favorites, this sheer silver and white ribbon. And so I'm gonna put a little bit of adhesive on the back to hold the ribbon in place. And then I'm just gonna thread the ribbon through. I don't need too long of a tail because it's just going to go behind the cardstock. So just like that, and I'm just going to make sure that it's in place. Okay, now I can cut off this side. Now I'm going to take our piece right here and I'm going to put some adhesive right along here. And then put this where I want it to be, which is right about here. Let's add some more seal here, right over our ribbon. Whoops, did you see what I did? I put that down. I'm glad it didn't stick to my surface. All right, just like this. And we'll just make sure it's straight and wrap it around the back. It's just a little detail. It's not much. You can't see much of the ribbon, but we are going to have some of the same ribbon at the top. So it's not super straight here. Hold on. Let's see if I can straighten it out a little bit more here. That time I did glue it to my surface. Just like this. Okay, there we go. Now we can put the whole thing on our card front. We're going to add a ribbon, and then I think this card will be finished. All right, some more of that ribbon. Let's just tie a bow. This is a festive ribbon, isn't it? Very pretty. I love some silver and gold at Christmas. We can have kind of a big bow. Renee says, do you just lay everything out in front of you, stare at it, and come up with these ideas? It's always, I don't know. It's like a process because I play with stuff. Sometimes I start by die cutting some things out and then play with it, and then I don't like it. And it takes a few minutes to figure out what I kind of like and don't like. But I love working with this stuff. It's so pretty. It's so much fun. I love the products that Stampin' Up! Makes. Okay, are we finished? Oh, no, we are not finished. Let's get some rhinestone basic jewels and color them like I like to do. Now, there's also those cherry cobbler, although cherry cobbler is really not the right color if you're using real red. But I was going to say they've got those ones that look like holly berries, but we'll just make our own. So let me pull this out, and I'm just going to take a real red blend and just color. It's the dark, and just color some of these. So I'm going to do 5 of them, and I'm going to do the small ones. Just like that. And they're so, so pretty. Look at these up close. Can you see them up close, how pretty they are? I mean, they're much prettier in person. That's all I'm going to say. So let's just pick these up. I like to make them a little kind of more random on the wreath, but if you like them straight, you could make them straight too. So let's do straight on this one. Okay. Now we're finished. All right, so you can see this one I did straight and this one I did a little bit wonky. And this one I used medium ones. I think I like the small better. Okay, card number 2. That one took a minute, but I think it's worth it. Okay, this one, I thought we'd go a little bit different color, so I went with the blue. And this one I started with the background because I love this stamp with the snowflakes, and I kind of wanted to have a little snowflake background and a little snow on the bottom for these really cute little deer. Okay, so extra pieces that we're using for this, I have the Falling Snow Cling Stamp Set, and we're going to do embossing on our Balmy Blue. We're going to use the Perennial Postage dies. All right, and so we use this big one right here. I will die cut this for you in your kit if you get the kit this week. The Falling Snow, if you want to do the embossing with the Falling Snow, you will need the stamp. I can't stamp anything for you. All I can do is send die cutting and stuff. So you will need that. Or you could just, if you don't have this and you don't want to get the Falling Snow stamp set, just leave it Balmy Blue and then add some of these white snowflakes if you have some of those in the background. So that would work too, right? So there's always a different alternative. For the label, I use the Something Fancy dies. I just used this smaller middle one to cut out the die out of basic white. And I'll do that for you in the kit. All right, here's our pieces. So this one, we're going to start with our regular basic card base. So 8.5 by 5.5 score to 4 1/4. This one's going to open this way. We're going to have, I did the same thing on the inside and the outside again, right? So I started with 2 layers of Night of Navy, one on the outside, one on the inside, 5 1/4 by 4. Then I have this, which is 5 by 3 3/4, which is going to be on the inside. On the inside of this one, all we're going to do is stamp. Just put the stamp like that, and that'll be our whole inside, okay? All right, then this one I showed you, right? So this will be die cut for you, just with the perennial postage die is the biggest one, and that'll add a nice background, okay? So this is going to be the layers for this card right here. We're going to do our stamping and embossing on this piece of Balmy Blue. The piece of Balmy Blue cardstock is 4 5/8 by 3 1/2. All right, so we've got a little stamping to do on this and on this. I have the scrap that we're gonna do the stamping and coloring for the deer, and so this one is 3 by 3 1/2. Okay, just whatever white scrap. This will come in your kit, but if you have a white scrap at home, you could just use that. So then these are 3 3/4. Are they? Hold on, I want to make sure I'm not lying. Let me look. They're 3 1/2. So 3 1/2 by 1 1/2, 3 1/2 by 1. We're going to tear these up a little to make our snow at the bottom of the card. So I'll put those aside right here. And this is the label that I already talked about. So let's start by doing some stamping. Let's do first the memento. We're going to do the deer. The mommy deer and the baby deer. So cute, right? And we'll color those. Okay. And then we're going to die cut this out when we're finished. Okay, there we go. It feels just a little bit light. Should we do it again? Let's do it again. I'd like it just to be a little bit darker. I feel like my memento needs to be re-inked maybe. Let's see if this one comes out better. Perfect. I love it. Okay, I'm going to put this one aside for a second. That's all we need to do with the memento. Let's get out. Let's do the inside and the label next, okay? So for the inside, we are doing Friends and Family are the True Gifts of Christmas. So we're going to need Night of Navy for both of these. And this one is going to see Christmas is Better Together. Very appropriate, right? For the cute little reindeer. Okay, that's that. Now the other thing we're going to stamp is I'm going to take a little bit of Balmy Blue and use those cute little snowflakes. Who doesn't need a snowflake stamp, right? And we'll just add a couple snowflakes on both sides. Just like that. So that'll be for our inside. Okay, let's do some heat embossing again. So we're going to heat emboss 2 different things. All right, so first we want to do the snowflake sky. Let's see, what do I want to put this on? I think just a piece of, let me just get a piece of scrap. Now, if you have a Stamparatus, this would work nice too, or you can just mount the stamp on a block. So we're going to use, this is a giant block. This is a giant stamp. Okay. So what I did when I first made this card is I inked this up and then I put it on here and I pressed it down. The problem with that is some of these stick up pretty high, and so it kind of bends your paper a little bit. So we're going to try doing it the other way. So let's get out the Versamark. And get this all ooey gooey with Versamark. And then I'm just going to flip it over and do it the right way. Let me get it kind of, let's see. I feel like I get better placement when I do it the other way, but let's try it and see. We can always flip it over if we don't like it. Okay, that looks pretty good, I think. All right, let's get our white embossing powder out again. I have my tray, and I'm gonna use my tweezers to find a spot where there's not a lot of snowflakes. I can do it at the bottom because that's not gonna show. We're gonna cover it with our snow banks. I feel like I didn't get very many, you know, I feel like this is going to be the top right here because it's got the bigger snowflakes. So let me move this out of the way and put this down here. That's better because I want the bigger snowflakes at the top. Let's see. How are we doing here? Let's just add an extra for good measure. Make sure we got it all. It takes a little bit longer when you're going to do such a big area of embossing. So let me put that aside. Project for later. Try and unwarp it from the other side. All right. I feel like this would be really pretty on a darker blue too. Maybe like blueberry bushel or a night of navy, so the stars really kind of stand out. The white against the darker color, but we can see I've got a little bit of extra powder right there. We'll kind of see how this goes. This is something you can't really take a shortcut on. You got to really make sure that all the areas got melted properly, or it's going to be a problem later. I could have done this in advance, but I didn't think of it. Okay, I think that's pretty good. All right, there we go. Looks pretty good, right? We've got a nice snowflake background. Okay, let's add a couple layers of snow. So I'm just gonna kind of rip these, tear these to make our little snow banks. And then we're just gonna put them down with some adhesive. So I'm just taking the top edge of both of them and just tearing it. Kind of looks like fluffy snow that way, right? At the top. Okay, let's go ahead and put these down. Whoa. The taller one first. And hopefully they line up nicely with your edges. Let's take a look and see if we need to trim anything. Because we want it to have a nice clean edge. All right, so far so good. Little piece of glue there. Then I want to add some Wink of Stella to this. Double check again. All right, I think we did pretty good. All right, cute little snow banks, right? Where is my Wink of Stella? Oh, I feel like I can't hear it much. I might be almost out. That would be crazy. I don't want to squeeze it too much because I don't like to get those big blobs on there. Let me squeeze it onto something else. Okay, see how that goes. I always overdo it too, 'cause if you overdo it too much, it might get turn out a little bit grayish. Like, see there, that's not cool. I shouldn't overdo it, but hopefully it'll just dry clear and look pretty. All right, let's let that dry for a minute. Let's work on our deer. Oh, okay, so the other thing we're going to emboss, remember I said we're going to emboss two things, is, and you don't have to do this step either. This is just kind of extra what we're doing. There's these cute little dots. I don't know what these dots are for, but if you look at the paper, let me pull a piece of the paper out. You can see how these deer kind of have the white dots on their back. That's kind of what we're going to go for. See how all of them have like the little white dots? So the baby is very small, so you can't fit a whole one in here. So I'm just going to kind of do a few. So I'm just going to do part of it, like 5 little dots right here. And put it here. And then I'm going to do 2 full ones for the mama deer. All right, and let's do it again. This one's little though, it won't take as long. And then we'll do some very simple coloring on this. So this is going to be hard to see. I don't know, can you guys see it? Let me kind of move it around a little bit. You can kind of see it. And then we will just heat that up and we'll have some cute little dots. Burning my fingers. Good. All right, perfect. We've got our cute little dots on there. All right, let's do some simple coloring. So the colors that I'm using for this, I'm using a tiny bit of this, and I'm just using the light crumb cake. So that's this one right here. Now I used a little bit of the ivory, and you don't have to do this part. You could just leave it white if you wanted to, but I just used a little bit of ivory like in some parts, like the snout, and the bottom of the feet for all of them. You could leave them white if you want. And then a little bit of the underside. I don't know, I just felt like the need to color them, even though they don't need to be colored. So just the tails and the undersides, okay? Then the rest we're just going to do just some I'm not going to use 2 different colors of this. I'm just going to use, but we can also do a little shading with just the one color, right? So first we'll just put down our first layer all over. This is the light crumb cake. And you can see now as we go over that, how these white dots show up. Really pretty, right? I think they look cute. Are there any hot toys out this year that I should know about? You know how some years you get those hot toys that once people find out about them, they sell out. You can't get them anymore. Anybody have any tips on that, or any good toys for a 1- and 3-year-old? Always looking for ideas. Okay. All right, now if you want to go back and add a little bit of shading, you can kind of do that. Just do a little like along the back here and some along the legs. Not too much, just a little bit to kind of add just a little something, right? All right, are we happy with that? I feel like we're pretty happy with that. Okay, cute, right? Let's add a little bit of, I have light bubble bath. Did I say flirty flamingo before? I might have said that. Oh, this is light, pretty, and pink. I tried different colors. Light, pretty, and pink is where I landed. It's a little bit bright, but I don't think it's terrible. Just for the inside of the ears. All right, there's our cute little deer. All right, die cut it out with the dies that I showed you earlier. We've got our die cut like that, and I think we're ready to put our card together now. So the inside was pretty easy, just layers. Hold on, I feel like this is really messy here. I can't work in this mess. All right. So we double layered this. For the inside. All right. On the outside, we've got these layers here. And I really didn't pop anything up. There's a lot of layers. If you wanted to, you could pop something up to you. But I did not, and there's no ribbon going behind, so it's okay to go ahead and put our layers down right now. All right. There we go. I think our Wink of Stella dried pretty well. You can kind of see, can you see the shimmer of that a little bit? All right, popping up again. Let's get some dimensionals out. I feel like there's still so many Christmas sets that I have that I want to use and make cards with. I don't know which one to use next. Some things are starting to go, although I feel like overall they're doing a pretty good job with things not being on back order. But a couple sets that I wanted to use, the Humble Home, I think that Punch is not available at the moment. That's one thing I still want to use. And then the other one is it called the Merriest Trees? I'm going to cut one of these in half. The dies are not available yet till December 2nd, so I'd like to use those too. And then there's the Surfin' Santa, there's the Amaryllis one. Oh, and there's that one with the Yuletide Village. There's just so many. And so little time, right? Oh, yeah, Renee, the Magnetiles. Those are good, right? Puzzles. That's always a good classic idea. Love it. Okay, hold on. Having a fight with the dimensionals. Okay, these cute little guys can go right here standing in the snow. Let's put our label up top. So I didn't use any embellishments on this. We're going to add a little bit of ribbon, but I didn't use any extra snowflakes. You could add extra snowflakes if you want. You could add some cute little clear rhinestones, whatever you want to do. I just felt like it was enough just the way it was. All right. So do you guys remember this ribbon from last year? This kind of made its way, stayed in the catalog. And this is the Night of Navy and Gold glitter ribbon. One of my favorites. Is everything a favorite? I don't know. Maybe it is. They have so many pretty things though. But I do love this one. Of course, I love glitter anything. Have you guys used like the glimmer paper, the Christmas glimmer paper? I haven't used that yet. I want to make something with that. All right, I want this bow to be smaller. So let me try and make it, inch it smaller. So it doesn't take up the whole card up in the corner. Still too big. Okay, I think that's better. Is it even? Yeah, it's okay. Not terrific. I'm going to say just okay. I could play with that all day. All right, glue dot. Right in the corner. All right, we're finished. That's it. We have our cute little snowy little reindeer. All right, and the inside looking like that. Okay, so we've done our 3 cards. We're gonna do a gift bag, and then I have 2 more cards that I just wanna show you what I did with some of it. The instructions for that I'm not gonna go over tonight, but it'll be in my email if you're on my email list. So, you know, we just recently got some new bags out, so I thought what an easy way to make a little treat bag is bags that are already made. Who doesn't love that? So these are called the Gift Bags Combo Pack, and it has a total of 16, so 8 of each. So these really cute little ones, and then we use this size one right here. All right, and then I found these really cute sweet and sour reindeer Haribo, right? So like the gummy bears, but they're sweet and sour, and they're reindeer. And if you look at them, it's like the cute little reindeer heads, kind of like what we're using, right? So I thought, oh, that's perfect. So I just kind of folded it in half to put it inside. So it fits perfectly in the bag, just like this. And again, I will send you one of these. Now, I got these on Amazon. I also got one at Target. So you can get them. I'm sure they sell them in lots of places, but they're readily available at Target if you want to get those on your own. I haven't opened one up to eat one yet, but I really want to. All right, so here's the cute little gift bag that we're going to make. So let me get our last thing. The other thing I added to this was a tag. I wanted this all to sit on a tag. So this is the Greetings of the Season dies. I will cut this out for you if you get the kit. Are you guys tired of hearing me say that already? So this is just going to be the tag we're going to cut out of basic white cardstock. And then here's our pieces in our bag. Okay. All right, so we're keeping it simple. Just keeping it super, super easy to decorate this bag. So I've got real red cardstock, 4 3/4 by 4 1/4. I have the Reindeer Days DSP 4 by 4 1/2. So these are just going to layer up like that. I wanted to use this cute little lights paper because I thought it was cute. And then, of course, I wanted to use the lights cut out too. All right, so again, nothing with ribbon, so we can go ahead and put this right on the front of our bag. I'm leaving room at the top because I'm going to do a little hole punching up there. So this is going to kind of be more towards the bottom. So we have this area up here for our ribbon. All right, so we've got that. Here is the die cut. So we're going to build on this piece and then put it on here. We're going to start, let's start by stamping on this. We're going to stamp on the bottom of this, Christmas is Better Together. Let me make sure that this is clean. All the way at the bottom. All right, next I die cut from the same set. You'll get this piece of scrap white. You're going to cut out 2 of these. Let me show them to you. Hold on, they're getting all buried here in my pile. Aren't these cute? So you're going to cut out 2 of these. All right, and this is what they look like after you cut them out. And we're going to do a little bit of coloring on those. So what did I do with my scrap paper? I'm not sure. Let me pull another one. I don't know how I lost that. That's kind of weird. Okay, so let's color our lights. So all I did for this was I wanted the darker color right here, which is garden green. Now, we don't have garden green blends, which is really odd. I don't know why we don't have them. So I'm using let's use a garden green. I don't know why I use shaded spruce. I use shaded spruce when there's shaded spruce blends. Isn't that weird? Why did I do that? I don't know. Let's do the garden green. So I'm just going to color like the strands, right? The wires of the lights. So I'm going to do that in garden green. And if you want to be really picky like I am sometimes, you kind of want to do the edges too, right? Because you don't want a whole bunch of white edges showing. So I'm just going to go inside and kind of get the edges. So, and you're probably not going to see the white anyway because we've got a background of white that we're going to put this on. So we don't have to get too crazy with this. But these are really easy to color, really fast. So then I'm going to use blends. I'm going to use Real Red and Granny Apple Green to do the actual lights. And I was kind of trying to kind of mimic what was in the DSP a little bit. So let me just finish this up. I felt like I love this suite so much, like I wanted to use all the things, which I have not done yet, but there's still time, right, to do other stuff with it. Okay, enough of that. Let's get out our other ones. And this will go by a little bit quicker. Okay, let's do this one. And then you can go back if you want, if you missed any spots. If you see any little white spots hanging out, you can go back and fix them. Granny Apple. All right. Then we're gonna glue these down on our tag, kind of as part of the background for our reindeer guys. Okay, I see a spot. I have to do it. I can't not do it. There we go. All right. Oh, I see another spot. Oh my goodness. I did some bad coloring here. Very bad. Okay. It's just the background. It's not going to show that much. Let's get some glue. And I'm just going to dot this. I feel like it's hot in here right now. Still using the AC because it's still hot here. All right, I'm going to put one right above the words, like this. And then I'm going to put another one right closer to the top. So I'm not even going to go all the way to the end with the glue on this one because it's going to be shorter. So like right up here. Okay. let's do our trimming. Okay, there we go. So there's our cute little background. Okay, so we did this. Now we've got our other pieces like we had before, and these are a little bit bigger because we're going to do 2 of each. So we're going to make 2 reindeer. We're going to do 1 wreath, and then we're going to do the red bow out of this piece of real red. All right, so let me pull in the rest of our pieces. We've got 2 deer that we need to make. We have a wreath, and I seem to have lost my bow, but I made an extra because sometimes that happens. Okay, so let's glue these together really quickly. These do go together pretty fast, which is nice. I thought we would do a male and a female. So we're doing a bow and a wreath. So 23 in the morning. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm not ready for that. I know when we go to Chicago, we're going to get some colder weather than when we were in Chicago like a week and a half ago. It still was a little chilly when we were in Chicago. I mean, it wasn't like winter, freezing cold, but, you know, we had to have a coat and gloves. I think it was in the 40s at night. I don't know. It was a little bit cold. I'm just saying. Okay, we're almost done with the deer. Whoa. What? Do you guys like playing with the little pieces and putting them together? I do. I love die cutting. It's like my favorite thing is die cuts. They just look so good. Okay, so wreath like we did before. Little glue here, little glue there. And then we'll just glue the bow. Spread that around a little bit. Right about here. Okay, let's pop these guys up on our tag. We just need a couple dimensionals on both. Get rid of some of this stuff. Lisa, I see you say you loved paper dolls when you were younger. So did I. And you know what else I loved? Paper dolls, but I also loved color forms. Do you guys remember color forms? I had Cinderella color forms as a kid, and oh my goodness, I loved that. Dressing up the little Cinderella. Okay, there's our 2 deer. Now, I wasn't crazy about this little hole here. Let me move this guy over a little bit. So I'm putting just a little tiny bow. I'm kind of messing this up by moving it. Those dimensionals really stick, don't they? Move it just like this, okay? So they're a little bit angled. All right, let's put this on our card, not our card, our bag front. And then we're gonna add a couple bows and a couple rhinestones. And then we'll have our cute little bag finished. Okay, so let's start with just taking this, remember we have the silver and gold trim. Very skinny. I just wanted a little bow. I played with a couple things with this. First I put a jingle bell over there, but I didn't like the way that looked. So then I went with just this little, very small little silver bow. And I think that's good. And we'll just glue dot that just to kind of cover up the hole that's there. Perfect. Now we want to put some ribbon to keep our bag closed. So I'm just going to take a regular hole punch. There it is. Now what you want to remember too is you can see how this opens up here. So you want to make sure your hole punches are inside of there. Don't go too far over or you're going to punch all the way through. So we'll do one about here and one about here. All right, let's open this up and put our candy in. Look how wide these bags are too. Aren't they nice? You could hold a lot of things in these. I'm just going to fold this over and put this in right here. Doesn't show, which is good, but you still have the cute little reindeer. And then we'll just take some ribbon and put it through. I feel like I'm really close to the camera here. Ooh. I'm sorry, I'm reading your comments. Lisa says Cracker Barrel had the cutest sets when her daughter was little, like color forms but magnetized. It was very cute. You guys, I love Cracker Barrel. I go there just to shop. There's one on the way home from work. And they have the most beautiful things in their shop. As a matter of fact, I want to go there this week and just check out all the Christmas things. Okay. That's it. Nice big bow. Maybe a little too big. Cut that down just a little bit. Okay. Did we do everything? Nope, we sure didn't. Need more rhinestones. I'm going to do the same thing I did before. Whoops. All right, we are on the home stretch. Let's decorate that wreath. Okay, now we're done. Isn't that a cute? Oh, wait, one more. One more. How could I forget? I wanted to put one in the middle of the bow, too. Now we're done. All right. I love this little gift bag. I think it'd be fun. I'd like to, you know, hand these out as little gifts, maybe at work, right? I think those would be really cute. Okay, that's it. We did our 4 projects, right? Let me show you. I have a couple of other projects I made. All right, so I did this one because I thought I love this Jingle Bell paper and I wanted to use it. So I thought, let's do just like a little Silver Bells card. So I did this Merry Christmas and I did some heat embossing with the silver on this. So we've got this little card right here. And then I also love this paper. I loved all the paper in this kit. So we had the little holly leaves. So I just did a little Merry Christmas card that just pops out like that. And so we've got this card too, just another little alternative card that I made. All right, so if you guys would like the kit this week, you'll get all the things you need to make these projects. And like I said, I'm going to include the candy. I'm going to include a cute little reindeer pen. If you missed the beginning, let me show you these reindeer pens because I think they're super cute. I mean, who doesn't need a reindeer pen at Christmas, right? So look how cute these are. So I'll send you one of these too, if you place an order with me. Okay, so here's our projects. right? And then these bonus projects, if you're on my email list, you will, I will photograph these, and you'll also get a little PDF, just a project and measurement sheet for that. So, again, project and measurement sheet for this week's cards. All right, these will be in the email that goes out tomorrow. If you don't want to be on my email list, you can just email me and I'll be happy to send these to you. And then I did do another sheet just for the 2 extra cards, if you want the measurement sheets for that. So I have that available too. I will also link this in my email tomorrow morning so that you'll have that. 2 new kits this month, Nature's Paintings kit. What do you guys think about this kit? So it comes with 8 watercolor pencils, a water painter, and it's like a coloring book. So I don't know, I'm on the fence. Do I want this kit? I mean, I do like to color, and it might be fun to color. I haven't tried our watercolor pencils yet. I really haven't played with them, but I feel like I might want to play with them. So there's this kit right here, and then this Layered Landscapes kit. That's the other new kit for November. So something else to think about with the frames. And $25, that's a good price because you get 4 frames with the 4 mats. Just by itself for that is a good price, $25. And then Paper Pumpkin that just started on November 11th. There was another image that I wasn't able to get, but it's got like some flowers and stuff. So I think this is going to be a really pretty Paper Pumpkin kit. All right, you guys, that's it. That's all I have. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I love spending time with you guys. Have a great rest of the week. I'll be back next Tuesday. I'm not sure what we're doing yet, but it's going to be something Christmas for sure. All right, you guys. Thanks again. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.